And welcome back, everybody. This is Movies and Beyond. I'm Callum. That's Kyle. Kyle, how we doing? He's got a mouth full of spaghetti. Or pasta. Either one. I can't remember what he said he's having. Give us a quick audio check, Kyle. See if you're here in the building. You speak now, or you speak, or I will come down to yours, make your mum fall in love with me, and then break up with her.
Oh.
Okay. Fair enough. So, yeah. The Marvels, Kyle. The Marvels. It's a second theatrical weekend. It's not looking good. Before we jump into this topic, again, I want to specify, we are not here to shit on the film. We're just going to talk about the numbers. We've got reviews of the film. You know, I didn't personally like it. I thought it was a bad film. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But we're here to talk about the numbers now. So, this is the this is the biggest second weekend drop we've ever had in a comic book film. It was, I think it's a 78% drop. This film made $3 million. Kyle. And it's second weekend. That's in the US. This is fucking terrible for obviously Marvel, and I'm not going to sit here and say Marvel's over, the MCU's over, go woke, go broke. I don't really believe in any of that shit.
I do.
Don't get me laughing, I'm ill. I don't really believe in any of that shit. To me, it's make a good film, more than likely people will show up. Make a bad film, people aren't going to show up. So, yeah, I don't think it's any of that go woke, go broke bullshit, which people keep saying. Keep saying the MCU's over. I also don't buy that. We're going to talk about something a little bit further down, which is, we're both Marvel fans, so we want to believe that it's going to get better. And I don't think we're wrong for believing that. Some people might think we are. There's no right answer to it yet until the films that are coming out later come out. But I don't think there's anything wrong with holding on hope for something that we both love, a franchise we both love, a franchise we've both got fond memories with. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But yeah, why do you think it's failed in its second weekend? It failed in its first weekend as well.
Just another shit Marvel film, isn't it? No, in all seriousness. Well, the appeal of the characters is not really there. Ms. Marvel isn't very well liked. In the Marvel films. I don't mind her. I mean, I thought she was okay with Nick Fury in the first film. I thought the first one was pretty
Marvel.
good. Yes. Sorry. And then Ms. Marvel, her show is fantastic, but nobody watched it, which you can. You can go watch it on Disney Plus right now. If you're looking for a show to watch and binge, Ms. Marvel's right there. It's fantastic. It's just, she's great as the character. Monica Rambeau, she was introduced as she was like a side character in WandaVision. Well, she was introduced in the first film, her younger self.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't think this movie specified her powers that much. I feel like they did a okay job with her, but like nothing that stood out. That's the thing. That's what I was excited for. I was like, I can't wait to delve into this character. I bet it's like really interesting with the relationship of like her and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
A weird dynamic, and they literally they throw it away basically.
Yeah.
Overall, I liked the second film. I'm not going to say I hated it or it was bad, but I'd say I'm in the middle. but I'm more into liking it than I'm not.
Yeah.
The thing that really deters me is that middle, it's like spoilers, and it's not really a spoiler, but there's a scene in the middle where they go to this planet and it just turns into a weird fucking musical, and I didn't like any of that.
Yeah,
I'm not
no.
I'm not against musicals, but it was just like, what the fuck am I watching?
No, and that's right. You know, I've seen this weekend. I've just been getting recommended video after video after video of MCU is dead, MCU is over. Aman Vellani's been getting attacked for no reason. You know, she has made something and probably has a little bit of ownership over it, and she's probably proud of what she made. You know, people will be proud of what they do. That's how life works. She didn't write it, she didn't direct it, she just stars as a character she's wanted to play her entire life, and people are attacking her for that. I'll get into this as well. I seen a video of someone reading the positive reviews on the Marvels on Rotten Tomatoes, saying what a joke it is and they're all shills and they're paid off. I think the Marvels is a piece of shit. I don't like the film. But what I don't like is when someone's there criticising other people's like actual thoughts on the films. Yeah, you can, you know, if you don't like the film, fair enough. But let other people enjoy what they want to enjoy. I'll say it again, I don't like this film. But just shitting on people for enjoying it, and that's how you make your content. Nah, fair enough. If that's what you've got to do because you lack personality, alright, fair enough. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Just another shit YouTuber, innit?
Yeah. It's like, you know, a friend at Channel The Bad Habits, he really liked the film. You're a bit in the middle. I hated it. But we did a review together, and it all worked out pretty well. And this film's got 62% on Rotten Tomatoes. So that means more of the critics at least like it than dislike it.
Sorry, my phone's very slippy. I'm using it as a bit of a light source while I eat.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it just really fucked me off watching that video. 'Cause I don't want to defend this film. I don't. But when you see someone doing something like that, it's...
Just don't watch the video.
I can't help it.
Watch Movies and Beyond instead.
I love self-destruction.
Damn right you do. We're watching all our previous videos.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is what type of people we are. You know, me and Kyle always said to each other, we're doing this because we're just recording hours upon hours of memories of conversations we're having, and we're going to get to look back at it in, you know, we thought, we're going to get to look back at it in 5 years' time and go, remember this? We got to look back at like 6 months ago and just see how much we've changed in 6 months. It was pretty special, but yeah.
Yeah, my mic was so shit.
My mic was so shit.
Fuck off, I got your mic.
But, so yeah. The Marvels, it's dropped. I don't think the MCU's dead. I don't think the MCU's over. You know, I think this kind of leads into our second topic pretty well, actually. Kevin Feige's been doing interviews. You know, he's been asked outright, you know, what his thoughts are on the box office for the Marvels and stuff like that. All the criticism they've been getting lately. And he says, yeah, we're aware of it. And he says, you know, some things have to be reassessed and there will be changes made. But he says, a lot of people work on these projects. And they're laying the foundations now for what's going on in the future. But he says, some things definitely have to be reassessed. This, to me, isn't news. But I want to talk about it. If you look at the steps that Marvel's been taking for... as soon as the writer strikes ended, look at the steps they were taking then. And then as soon as the actor strike ended, look at the steps they were taking then. It's like, no, reshoots here. No, get rid of alt writers on Daredevil. We're doing this instead. Marvel's already been taking these steps. This isn't reactionary to the Marvels coming out. They was already making these steps. And I feel like, you know, it's just how it's been timed. The actor strike ends, and it's like, all right, all these changes are happening now. But they've already been working towards that. I really think they've been working towards this stuff before the strike. And I bet there was some stuff they really wanted to change on the Marvels. But they probably pushed it out, and they couldn't change anything. Because the actors were on strike for 4 months. Probably longer. But yeah, but, you know, do you think Marvel is setting itself up for a brighter future? Basically, Kyle.
Sorry, I'm really hungry. Yes. I mean, I'm sick and tired of hearing Marvel's dead and stuff like that. It's like, no, it's not. Like, in the first couple of phases, I'm pretty sure that did some movies that didn't do well in the box office or whatever. And what was that film? Can't remember which one it was. Said it was a flop. I'm pretty sure it was a Marvel film, but it made like 800 million or something like that. Or it made, not 800, but it made enough.
Which one?
Can't remember which one it is.
You know, people look at Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and say that's a flop. That made over 800 million. They'll say Fall Love and Thunder is a flop. That made over 700 million. And now people are saying, oh, Marvel's had 2 back-to-back flops. They had Quantumania and the Marvels. I think people seem to forget that we had Guardians come out in the middle of the year. And that was critically acclaimed. That made nearly 900 million. And that's this year. So that's just further shows the point of, if it's good, people will show up. Positive word of mouth, people will show up. You know, make stories about characters that people are interested in. People will show up. And it breaks my heart that people aren't interested in Kamala Khan, because she's a great character. But we wouldn't be interested in Kamala Khan if we wasn't big Marvel fans. And if I wasn't a massive Marvel fan, I'd have seen Miss Marvel and have gone, I'm giving that a miss, I'm not watching it. I remember us both thinking, oh, Miss Marvel comes out next week, and was like, yeah, great. And from the first episode, it was, because the way she plays it was fantastic. You could tell she really loves the character.
I remember just looking forward to it and just like, I can't wait to just watch the next episode. And
this was coming out.
I was sat there at my desk watching it.
And this was coming out while Kenobi were coming out, and each week we were more excited for Ms. Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And The Boys season 3 actually were running at the same time as well, I believe. Interesting times. But yeah, and this is what I keep saying. I genuinely believe Marvel have been on the upswing. I think I said the Marvels is going to be their lowest point. And then, like I said, we've got one MCU film next year. Deadpool 3. If Deadpool 3 is bad, I'll be shocked. It could be. It very well could be. I haven't read a script. I haven't seen a trailer. Deadpool 3 could be the worst film ever made. It could be. But going by the track record, the writers of the first 2 are doing it. Ryan Reynolds heavily involved again. It will probably be great. Kyle, what will people say next year when Deadpool 3 comes out, makes loads of money? Critically, it's a critical success. What will people say then? It might not. But
they'll say, I hate my phone. They'll say, Marvel's back is exactly what they said about Guardians. They were like, Marvel's back. I'm like, never fucking left.
Yeah. But then again, these same other channels, you know, they can't admit when the MCU's had a success.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, there's another thing. You lose your woke propaganda argument when I say to you, why is it woke propaganda? And you go, they race swap the character. Oh, wow. Thanks. That's it. Or the gender swap the character. Sometimes that can work. Sometimes it can't. It all depends on how it's written. And I say this, I don't think Marvel gives a shit about any of this stuff. I think they're just trying to see what's working. Same again, Pedro Pascal. He's very likely going to be our Mr. Fantastic. I've seen so many people saying, you know, just on our videos last week, we got how many comments of people saying it's woke propaganda stuff, and I'm just not going to engage with these comments anymore because I tried being nice.
You know what? If you're going to comment something like that, shut the fuck up and go.
Well, they're going to comment it all now, but
like the video. Yeah, I know that's.
Yeah, like the video before you go.
Yeah, like the video and subscribe.
Yeah.
So you can comment some more.
Yeah. But I just don't think race swapping someone.
Right, just going into race swapping a second here. It's not like certain characters. Yes, you can't really race swap them per se because their ethnicity does tie in with the story of that character. Miles Morales is a great example of that.
Yes.
It's a big part of who he is and what why he does things because of his parents and his mom and his dad and stuff. But obviously, like when you get a character, say, who's a race swap that we've had. I hate saying that race swap. It just sounds really bad.
It's just an actor.
It's just it's like say James Bond. Who's going to be the next James Bond? It's like, oh, I don't know. I know that there's people saying, oh, they're not like race swap him and something like that, and I was like, because there was Idris Elba was in talks or rumors or something like that, or people wanted it. Why can't it be Idris Elba? And it's like, if you look back into the character, it's he's not that, and it's like there's literally one line in the James Bond books where it mentions that he's white, but James Bond has nothing of his character has to do with his ethnicity. I mean, he's fucking. If you want to get someone who's actually accurate to James Bond, then you need to cast someone who's Scottish.
Okay.
Sorry, I just got really like.
Yeah.
I just looked into it because
Scottish for James Bond.
No, but I'm just saying it's like. Yes, I get it. The race swap thing, I get it. Some movies do it to be woke, but Marvel clearly fucking don't care. They just want someone who's talented and can play this role.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. It's hard. Like they have to really narrow it down and get the perfect casting with it. And why does it matter if they're a different race kind of thing? It's stupid that this is even an argument.
I know, and some people dismiss it. I remember not years ago, a couple months back, we did a Fantastic Four video where it was just all Fantastic Four news, and one of the comments underneath that was, I lost interest in the Fantastic Four when they cast a black Johnny Storm in the old one, I thought. And so I got a reply to it, and I says, look, I don't think it's that at all. I think they just wanted a good actor. And Michael B. Jordan.
Who better? I mean, I've never seen the film.
And Michael B. Jordan's a fantastic actor. So why wouldn't you want him as Johnny Storm? And the people who say, oh, it's all political. It's political. I don't give a shit about politics or like that. And I think these people who are saying it is are making it political.
Listen, if they should have been complaining since they casted Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson, because she ain't Russian, is she?
No.
There you go. So shut the fuck up about race swapping. Not you, Callum, but...
Well, you shut the fuck up about race swapping.
I will.
Alright. But, yeah. It's just the shit show of the internet I've seen this weekend. It's been fucking crazy. The amount of thumbnails I've seen with "Go Woke, Go Broke." I hate using this term because we're all film fans, but I feel like some of the people talking about it haven't even seen the film.
No, they're just brain dead morons. It's simple as it is.
And
if we get a load of shit in the comments for this, right, I do not give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck either.
You are just feeding the point that we are making as well.
And for me, I don't like the Marvels. I think it's a bad film.
I mind it. I think it's the characters that I like more, to be honest.
Yeah, so.
But I can criticize the film. Like I said, I think it has a lot of problems, and it is what it is. And from watching, especially the Marvels, there was nothing in it that kind of got political.
No.
You know what I mean? There was nothing in it political. It was literally these three superheroes traveling across the universe, trying to stop a bad guy. It was like the most basic plot ever.
Exactly. A basic plot, a short 40-hour and 45-minute film. Fucking. But yeah, no. Marvel's going to be making some changes. We've known that for a long time. They know they need to make some changes. They've just been in a situation where they haven't been able to make them. I
mean, a good example of this is look back at when they were doing the DC EU movie. So like you had Man of Steel, which was a good start, and then they just went straight ahead into Batman v Superman. That movie wasn't the best. It was kind of like I can watch it, but it's not a great film. And same with Justice League. I thought that was worse than Batman v Superman.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, and no one, like when Batman v Superman came out, no one was saying, "Oh, the DCEU's he's already dead." Like, do you know what I mean? It was just kind of whatever. So
I'm trying to think where I heard this now. Even if you look at the Marvel comics, sometimes they have some bad runs. But then they come back with some great stuff as well. And yeah, Kevin Feige's been stretched thin. I think it's been a year today since Bob Iger came back and restored all of Kevin Feige's power. So, because Bob Chapek took it all away from him, put businessmen in the seats for the creatives. So Feige didn't have the power that he had under the leadership of Bob Iger. He's got it all back now. Changes are being made. So, don't leave me. Kyle, don't leave me.
I'm so sorry.
Don't leave me, Kyle.
Oh, sorry, I have to blow my snozzle.
All right. A bit of a cold. But yeah, I know it seems like we've been on a bit of a rant, which we have.
Listen, right, this is an anti-rant, okay? Because all I see is these fuckheads on YouTube talking about
these fuckheads here.
Yeah. No, but we're staying to the side of it. We're not kissing Marvel's ass and saying, "Oh, we'll follow them to the end of the earth." If they continue making shit, then we will have to.
I can't really say that with all them hot toys behind me and posters. I think you'll be a bit unbelievable.
Well, yeah, but those are from things that you've watched and you enjoy and they're good. But I'm saying for the future of things, it's like if Marvel don't get if Marvel didn't get their shit together, I'd probably be in the same boat. I'd be like, right, Marvel is slowly now dying off. Yeah. They are getting their shit together, and they know they are. They know that they've had issues, and obviously with the information that we've obviously got is that power was taken away from Feige, and they diluted the Marvel brand.
Yeah, because Bob Chapek was like streaming service. And it seems like Feige's going to get to do what he wants to do now. They're really taking a break because, let's be honest, I really believe like Deadpool 3 is in the hands of Ryan Reynolds anyway. He's probably been given some story outline of make sure this happens, but apart from that, have fun. Yeah. And they were really waiting for the right time for Deadpool 3.
I mean, look, Marvel's been going on for a long time, and like I said, in the first couple of phases, they even had some shit films. Iron Man 2 is not the greatest film ever. Iron Man 3, I think, is even worse. They completely ruined a beloved character, the Mandarin. Obviously, they fixed it, and I'm glad they did. But I'm saying, we still have, the cinematic universe, and we've had so much success from it. So it's like, yeah, things can fail. It's, it can happen.
Which the Marvels did.
Yeah.
But this is another good thing, because this is like, they already know they needed to change things. But they've really found out last weekend and this weekend, like, no, we really do need to change things.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm in the boat of like, the conscience about it. They're trying to wrap it up and get it cleaned up all nice and get it back to how it was. But even saying that, it's like you still might end up with some shit films, because at the end of the day, Marvel, the MCU is not perfect.
No.
By all means.
But then again, this year, obviously I don't think you'll agree with me on this, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 came out, an MCU film, a Kevin Feige production. Yeah, led by James Gunn, probably one of the most successful and most talented people who's worked with them, which is what they need to do, get talent. That is I think it might be my fourth favourite MCU film. Fourth or third favourite MCU film. Or is it my second? No, it's not my second. It's up there. Guardians Volume 3 is up there for me. That came out this year. Spider-Man. Shang-Chi. Great stuff. Moon Knight. Loki Season 1 and Season 2 combined is like... I like Loki Season 1, but once you add that Season 2 onto it and combined it all, might be the best story told since Endgame. To me, anyway. But this, another thing, it's all opinions. We can sit here and talk. We're not going to change our opinion. We're not here to do that. We just want to report what's going on. And me and Carl want to talk about movies and stuff. And that's why we started the channel. And you're not going to change our opinion. So it should just be as simple as that. We should respect each other's opinions. Most of the time Kyle's opinion's wrong. But you didn't even hear that, did you?
I did.
Oh, you can't.
I'm just like numb to it now.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go to some casting news, shall we, Kyle, for the Thunderbolts. Stephen Yeun is playing Sentry, and we know this not because of an official update from Marvel. Obviously, Stephen Yeun is voicing Invincible right now in the amazing animated Amazon show, Invincible. Obviously, that's a Robert Kirkman thing. He works with Robert Kirkman on The Walking Dead, and he's working with Robert Kirkman on Invincible. And Robert Kirkman just came out and said it right away. He says, oh yeah, he says, I'm pretty sure he said Stephen Yeun's playing Sentry in the MCU, in the Thunderbolts film. But he says, I hope that's not a scoop. It might be. He says, oh, fuck it. I don't work for Marvel. What they're going to do? Fire me.
Fucking hell.
So, Stephen Yeun is Sentry. Obviously, he's got a lot of people carrying over with him for this as well. The writers for Beef are going to be working on the Thunderbolts script. He was in Beef. He was fucking fantastic in that. But what do you think about Stephen Yeun as Sentry?
I don't have a clue who Sentry is. So.
He is a Superman-esque character. And he has I kind of want to compare it to Moon Knight a bit. So let's say Superman level Moon Knight. And he has this other personality, this other side of him that he needs to keep in check. Called the Void. And if he doesn't keep it in check, then it will destroy the whole universe, pretty much.
Cool. I mean, yeah.
Some
great star power coming to the MCU. I'm up for that.
You've watched a little bit of The Walking Dead. Obviously, we're watching Invincible right now. What did you think of him in The Walking Dead? What do you think of his performance in that?
Likable, yeah. I like him more because of Invincible. I like Invincible more. I kind of give up on The Walking
Oh,
Dead.
Invincible's a 100 times better show.
Hmm. So yeah, cool. I'm up for it, and can't wait to see him on the screen. It'll be interesting. And you know, he's played sort of a similar. He's played a superhero-esque character. Well, he's only voiced him, but still, he's into that groove. So hopefully, a little bit that carries along. And yeah, just
Yeah.
just looking forward to it, I guess.
Yeah. If Sentry's gonna be the villain of the Thunderbolts, like an evil Superman thing, which people might think, oh, we've seen a lot of that. This will probably be a little bit different because, you know, we've got Anthony Starr, Homelander. When he's evil Superman, he's like a narcissist, psychopath, but there's like a split personality sort of element to it. I feel like that could be interesting. You know, we've got an Icarus, evil Superman from Eternals, but that was more, he felt like he were doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I just don't know how the fuck the Thunderbolts are going to take him down. Tickle him to death?
Don't know. Maybe they could like introduce like adamantium or something like that. It's like, oh, they've got like a adamantium bullet. Or I'm just guessing here. It sounds a bit silly, but it's like maybe this is how they introduce adamantium or something like that.
Florence Pugh's character, Yelena, is going to beat him with girl power. The MCU is strong in this one.
Oh my
Just
god!
taking the piss. Just taking the piss.
Yeah, but the people in the comments are gonna be like, "Movies and beyond work." Shut up.
Yeah. Do you know what we are?
Oh, we just like good films.
Yes. Yeah, well, now someone's going to say, comment on that. I already know. He's going to say, why do you watch Marvel films then?
Because like a lot of them are pretty damn good.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Why do you watch DC films?
Another thing I'll ask you though, do you think there could be any repercussions to Robert Kirkman for actually revealing this? You know, because Disney's a pretty big studio. Do you think it could hurt an opportunity for him in the future? Oh.
Probably not. No. Because if anything, this has now got on people talking about the Thunderbolts, whereas before, not a lot of people were talking about it. You know, this is getting a bit of a buzz around. It's feeding off of the success that Invincible's having at the moment. You
Yeah.
know, because it's superhero related kind of thing, and you know, this is like Marvel's Suicide Squad, and obviously, I'm not saying Invincible is anything like Suicide Squad, but it's definitely like the darker superhero thing, which is what I think Thunderbolts is going to try and be. So, just making that comparison is like, I don't think it hurts him getting any opportunities in the future.
No.
If anything,
He makes his
if
own
anything,
opportunities.
exactly. I mean, if anything, I'd love for him to be able to like. I don't know if he's written any of the show, but it'd be pretty cool if he, you know, I would not be opposed to him being like the head of the Marvel TV sector. I think that'd be pretty cool.
What, Robert
Or even
Kirkman?
like, or even like an animated thing. Yeah, yeah, where he's like writing some stuff.
He wouldn't do that. I think
No, I know, I know. It would be a nice like, oh, that's cool. I'd be so down for that. And you know, we're then kind of guaranteed some pretty good content.
Yeah.
Whereas, whereas on the other side of things, I'm like, I kind of don't want him to do that because I feel like he's just his own entity. He can just
Do what he
do,
wants.
yeah, he can just do loads of other things, and he's not then knuckled down to be like, right, you need to do this story and fit this character in, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, definitely. Anyway, let's talk about Kang one more time. Let's get the views rolling in. Kang, 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 Kang. Now.
Get the views rolling in.
Yep. You know, we did a report last week that Marvel might be moving away from the Kang storyline. Now we've got some more news coming from Daniel RPK. Apparently Marvel's actually wants to stick in the Kang The Kang lane.
That sounded so weird.
The Kang lane.
I wanted to stick it in Kang.
Yep, they wanted to stick it in Kang. So it's not, I really wish we titled that video Kang-sold.
Oh my god.
That would have been great.
Well, you can do it for this Kang not cancelled.
So we've got a few conflicting reports today. Fuck off news. We've got a few conflicting reports today. So this is coming from Daniel RPK. This was yesterday. I saw this when I was putting the show together. Marvel does want to do the Kang storyline, but if they have to recast Majors, they will. But they are dead set on doing the Kang storyline. And also, if Doom appears in Secret Wars, it will be a very minor role. He won't be the main villain. But now, this is another...
Flattering image of Kang, by the way.
I know. Looks like he's taking a shit.
Oh, God.
But now, it's... there's a report coming out. This is very much a rumour, heavily rumoured, that Marvel actually can't recast Kang. Apparently there's a clause in his contract, because of the type of character it is, that he has to play every variant of Kang. It can only be him who plays Kang. Apparently this is in his contract. Now, I don't know if I buy that. It seems like something that could be put in there in the contract. But if they're thinking... My mindset is, if they're thinking about recasting, move on from Kang. If you want Kang, see how this trial plays out and keep Majors. Because he's a phenomenal actor. He is. He really is. So... what do you think? What do you think of?
I think, right, we've had enough delays. Why not just add some more? Because we're gonna get them anyways.
Yeah.
They need to do it. If you want to rush it, then yeah, you probably will get a steaming pile of shit Marvel movie. You can't rush something like this. I mean, look at Avengers. It was years in the making. Then Endgame was 10 years in the making. So you can't rush these things. You need to really give it time to just, get it right. If they do this and rushing went ahead and, it'd be all over the place, because it's like, if the reports that we talked about last week are true, and the thing with Doom coming into the MCU,
yeah, they want to move away from Kang.
I could see them doing it well. The issue is, it's a very hard situation, especially when you've got a character set up like Kang, who's it's just created loads of obstacles in your way. I think, personally, I hate the fact that Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars were even announced. It was
good at the time because they were so close. They felt there was in a time frame of, like, what was it, 2021 when they got announced? Or, no, 2022 they got announced. The films were coming out both films were coming out in 25 when they first got announced. So it was like, oh my god, they're so close. Now we're looking at 27, 28 when these films come out.
Well, I mean, if they push them back, I see there being an opportunity for them to build up to the film a bit better, because the problem with the MCU at the moment is there's no build up to this. There's no build up to Kang being the threat. He is dangerous. It's kind of just said, but I don't have that feeling of, oh my god, it's Kang.
The only time I've had that feeling is when he first appeared as He Who Remains at the end of Loki, and all the stuff as He Who Remains. That's when I felt it, and just the audio tapes as well from the first episode of Loki, season 2. They were somewhere else as well. And
Yeah, and then you got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Yes, that is the full title of it. It's not just Ant-Man, even though the Wasp is not really featured in it.
God, she's got at
Um,
least 13 seconds, mate.
yeah, you're right. Um,
And so do I, if you know what I mean.
anyways, with Kang and how they've done him, how they've done the character so far, how they've let that character come across, he just seems like a bit of a pest. Like he just seems like a
You
bit of
pesky
annoyance.
time travelling cunt, stop it.
Yeah, it's like stop getting in the way. It's like
Yeah.
he doesn't feel like there's any weight to the character when he's gonna now pop up, because they really did him dirty in Quantum Mania. He got defeated by ants, man. Like not even Ant Man, just ants, and
Yeah,
you
no,
know
he should have definitely
he should have
all
survived.
them ants should have done is delayed him so Scott and Cassie and everyone can get to the portal, right? And then just as Scott's about to get through, boom, pull Scott back and beat the fuck out of him. And then escape himself.
Yeah, so like I said, there isn't much going up to these films. I think this could potentially open doors for maybe an extra Marvel movie or something
Well,
in
I think
between.
Deadpool 3 is a integral part of setting this up, as daft as it sounds.
Yes, but it shouldn't rely on one film. This should be
No,
something
there should be multiple.
exactly. So I feel like if they were going to do something, because they're pushing this back further and further. If they've got like maybe a project and they've got someone talented, this all has to line up perfectly. By the way, this is just theoretical. But if they've got a director that's talented and knows what they want, and they've got some writers that are ready to they've got a script already ready, and
Yeah.
they kind of have an idea, and it fits in nicely with what we have, whatever the film may be. I feel like that's probably what they're gonna have to do, but they can't shit this film out just
No.
to fill in that void between now and Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. They can't do that.
And when he first shows up, they need to do what they did with Thanos, in Kang Dynasty. Because Infinity War, you might not agree with me, most people, I think you would. Infinity War is Thanos' film. Without a doubt, it's Thanos' film. At the end of that film, if Thor went for the head and killed Thanos, it's Thor's film. It's Thanos' film. But you got to think, when Thanos first appeared in Infinity War, he came in, wiped out half that ship. He killed Heimdall, he killed Loki, and he beat the fuck out the Hulk. Right away, he was like, they were like, what Marvel are doing right now is they're telling us we can. The biggest storytelling device ever is show us, don't tell us. Because all you've shown us right now is he can get beaten by big fucking technology ants, and the Wasp can shoot him with wrist laser things into a quantum engine.
It's like one of the great things about Infinity War is when um, Bruce and Tony they reunite, and it's very brief, but it has to be brief because of just the
Yeah.
happening, and then you see Bruce afraid, which is like it's. I always love that scene between because Tony's just sat there thinking, and he's like, okay, this is a threat.
Yeah.
This
Bruce
is
is
kind
scared of this, yeah.
Bruce is scared of this, and now I've got this mystical dude I've never met, and he's telling me I should be, he's basically warning me, and it's like, and then he goes, one of my favorite lines of what Bruce says, or Mark Ruffalo, the actor, he goes, the attack on New York, that's him. I said
Yeah.
that really weird then, but I was like, oh, that's just like, because like
And
that,
it's all full circle, and it's what Tony's
yeah,
been trying to prepare for.
yeah,
But yeah, no, another thing with Kang, some people will tell you, like, I love Jonathan Majors as Kang, I love him as He Who Remains, and I said when we reported this, I want to see him go through the Kang story, but from a business perspective, if they have to move on, it makes sense they've held on for as long as they can. As long as they can. But people will tell you, oh no, the scary thing about Kang is just how many of them there is, and he keeps coming back. Do you know what would make it 10 times scarier that he keeps coming back if you beat one? If he actually did something that would be like, oh, we got rid of one. Oh, wait, there's unlimited more. And I'll go back again to show us, don't tell us. Because even though I do like that speech he does say to Scott when they're on the bridge, and he's like, do you know how many rebellions I've put down? He's like, do you know how many Avengers I've killed? Would have liked to have seen it. Would have liked to see you kill some Avengers.
They could have really. I think one of the big umps is that they could have done is in Quantumania. The very first scene we have is Ant-Man and the Wasp, but it's like an alternative universe. It's
and they get like,
and he gets killed off by them, or maybe like they have to sacrifice themselves to just push him out of the universe to get rid of him, but he won't die. The only thing they can do is push him to another universe, and he gets stranded. Maybe he does get stranded there or whatever, but that's what they could have done. Maybe they did trap him in the quantum realm or something like that, but the Avengers died to do that.
yeah.
It would have been like a very like oh shit scene, but it would have been really really cool. I remember one of the it was like not a deleted scene, but it was like concept of when Thanos at the end of Endgame, the Endgame final battle, Thanos throws is it Cap's head?
Yeah. 2014's Cap's head into.
He just throws it.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, they can't really do that. I understand, but they can do something where it's like, oh shit, like this guy's like fucking crazy, like
But yeah, no. Before we move on to our next topic, I just want to say one more thing, and this is why I've pre-ordered the hot toy of this. Just funny enough, not a funny story. I don't want to say it like that. The day after I pre-ordered the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania Kang hot toy,
what you ordered that?
all the Jonathan Majors news came out the day after. Do you remember?
I think so.
The day after I pre-ordered it. But come on, they've got to keep that suit, man. They've got to keep that suit. I think they nailed it the first time.
Yeah, but it's like it's so annoying that this movie exists.
I like Quantumania more than you. I went back to see it for a second time by myself, but I did find myself, when I was sitting in there going, Majors, just put Majors on screen and I'll be happy. So yeah. Anyway, we still got 2 more topics. I know it's only one, but I added one last minute, so fuck you all. I've got no passion in what I do. But this is for Kyle. Venom 3 shooting again. Happy? Sad?
I don't know. Okay, I'm happy, I guess, because I like the Venom films. Venom 2 wasn't the best. I like Venom 1 more, I think. Even though Venom 2 I think critically is the better film. I just like Venom 1 a little bit more. And I hope they can get that serious Venom back again. I'm sick and tired of just seeing goofy Venom. We got a great, really serious Venom in the Spider-Man 2 game that's just come out. I'm not saying go serious with that. Stick with how you've done this Venom character. But, I just hope... I'm going to say I hope that we don't have another Venom variant, basically, as the main bad guy. But I think it probably will be, because Toxin was teased at the end of Venom 2. Yeah. Which didn't really get explained. He was just kind of like...
It's like, oh, you're Toxin, by the way. It's like... Sony's like, oh, you want to be Toxin? You're Toxin. But yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Venom, apart from the Spider-Verse films, is the most successful thing they've done outside of. I'd say Venom makes more money than the Spider-Verse films. I'm pretty sure the first one made nearly $1 billion.
Yeah, made like 800K.
But like critically, obviously it's the Spider-Verse films, but when it comes to making money, it's the Venom. It's the Venom films. They do pretty well. Because what
I
happened?
I think we hadn't really talked about Madam Web. Well, we did,
We
but
did.
but I think that film isn't going to make that much money because it's not selling the like put it this way, Venom is essentially, yes, he's an alien, but you look at this character from like a basic point of view, um, and it's like he's just an evil Spider-Man, like an evil alien bad
Yeah.
guy Spider-Man. In the Madam Web trailer, you see an evil Spider-Man, but they don't sell it as that. I feel like that's where they're going to miss the mark on it, and I think that's why I personally think Madam Web's not going to do well at the box office. I don't think it'll do that well. You know, there's nothing in it selling it to people. If you're a Spider-Man fan, absolutely, you know, you'll go see it. It will make a little bit of
I
money,
mean,
but
we'll
it's
be there opening night.
we will. But I'm saying you know, for like a film like Venom 1 where it nearly made a bill, Madam Web isn't going to get anywhere near that. It
No.
might make money and it might do well, but it ain't going to, you know, nearly hit 1 billion. It's not even going to reach 800, I don't think, because they're not selling that evil Spider-Man kind of thing. And
I
I think
don't
that's,
even think it's going to make 300.
yeah. I mean, I feel like Craven might do
I
okay,
think Craven will do pretty well. I
but
think.
but with Craven, it's just the
What
more I
what
look
they
at
want
that,
to do with Craven is it's an R-rated film. We know that.
yeah.
They want to wait until Deadpool 3's come out and then ride off the coattails of that.
Yeah, I think Craven's gonna be bad. I'm really confused as to what they're doing as well. What are they setting up here? Because it were like back in the back in old days. So when Toby Spider-Man 3 came out and they had a shit ton of villains in that and they weren't fleshed out and they weren't set up properly. That was all Sony's fault, by the way. I believe it's Avery Arad as well. He's one of the producers. He produces a lot of the films, but he's not had a good reputation for this sort of thing. Like I'm pretty sure he was the guy who forced Venom to be in Spider-Man 3. Um, you know, I'll have to fact check that and double check, but as far as I remember, it was kind of his fault. That film did pretty, you know, not good.
I'm pretty sure it
Uh,
made money.
it
Spider-Man.
made money, but
Yeah.
not critically. You know,
Yeah.
it's why Sam Raimi was just like, nah, fuck this, I ain't working for you pricks. Um, and then we had the Amazing Spider-Man 1, which you know, it's pretty good. And then we had the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which Jesus fucking Christ. They do it again, but they don't even wait till the third film this time. They do it on the second one, and they do it even worse.
Over villain it. But then again, the over villainization in No Way Home, I'd say that worked. The amount of
Well,
villains they
yeah,
had in that.
yeah, because it felt like it had a bit of a setup. You had, you know, it was done better. But feels like Sony have gone and saw this. And it's like, right, this has not worked twice now. Why don't we just give each villain their own film? Because we can't do Spider-Man at the moment. He's making us money in the MCU. So why don't we do that? But what's it building up to? You know, it's like you're doing it now. You're building up these characters, and you're doing nothing with it. You know, you got that post-credit scene at the end of Morbius, and it was just like, it looks like a fucking car advert.
Yeah, but that film made more $1 billion.
Yeah,
No,
no.
I think the funniest thing with that film is that like all the memes managed to get Sony to do a re-release of Morbius, and nobody went to go fucking see it again. It's like for one weekend only. Why did I hold up two? For one
It's
weekend
2 days.
only.
It's 2 days.
Morbius
Yeah,
will be back in theaters. Everyone's like, all right, but we're not gonna go see it. We just wanted to meme it. Do you know what?
I
If they added a scene that said Morbin time, I guarantee you that film would have made more $1 billion.
absolutely. I think that movie would have made so much with the Morbin time.
And while we're on the topic of Morbius, if we hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year, we will be watching Morbius for 24 hours straight, non-stop, no
Live.
sleep, till Brooklyn.
Yes. I think we probably might do it. I don't know if We might have to do it at mine.
Yeah.
The only issue then is like,
I mean, I could keep my grandma upstairs and we could do it at mine.
potentially, I just think it'd be better at yours because you've got that big TV and it's like we can't escape it.
Yeah.
You know, I'll probably jump out your window, but you know. So, anyways, going back to Venom 3, this film's probably going to make a good amount of money if they hype it up and stuff. Again, I just don't know where these films are going. Like, where is it leading to? They've not planned this at all. They've just said we're going to do a load of villain films and that's it. We're not even going to like focus on.
I heard something the other day which I didn't know if I wanted to report or not. I didn't really believe it. Apparently, they are trying to bring the Sony universe into the MCU,
I saw that as well,
which kind of goes in line with something that Kevin Feige did say a couple weeks ago, where he was like, anything that has been, or will be Marvel is part of the MCU's multiverse. And Venom's already been in it. Tom Hardy's Venom has been to the MCU.
Yeah, but
You know, for a holiday, but...
Yeah, I just with the way they left it. The thing is, though, the thing I don't understand. There's a lot of continuity error with Venom 2. So Venom, when he's had a piece of him disconnected, I guess it either just dies. It's not really him, or it becomes one of his spawn, which is where we got Carnage. So okay, or me, or in the case of the post-credit scene, he just duplicates himself. And that's essentially what he's done, because if that bit of Venom goes to now, it's not an alternative universe of Venom, that's Venom from the Sony universe, but he's now split into two. He's going to go to Spider-Man, he's going to get the black suit, and that's going to be a Venom in the MCU. I'm really confused as to what the fuck they're doing here.
It would be cool if Hardy voiced the symbiote, though. Like,
it would.
In the MCU. Intrusive thoughts in his head.
It would be, but then it just leaves the question of, like, how are they doing these films kind of thing? Because it just seems it doesn't seem planned at all. These post-credit scenes feel like they're just making shit up on the spot. Like, they've got a green screen, they've got the actors here for a day, let's just fucking film whatever is a post-credit scene. I still think the Morbius credit scene is the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. Where it was just like, what am I watching? Why is this happening?
Now, but then again, The Marvels, a film I don't like, has a very fucking good post-credit scene. But
that's MCU.
We got one more topic, Kyle. We've been going for nearly an hour, so let's smash this out. Let's not rush it, though, because this is something I feel like we're going to want to talk about. You ready?
Yep.
Creed 4's official.
Don't give a shit, mate. Right, end the channel.
Right, alright.
No, end the show, Colin. Just end the channel.
Just end the channel. Yep.
Yeah, I saw this as well, yeah. He's directing again, isn't he?
Directing again, yeah. This is coming from one of the producers, who Sylvester Stallone's had some trouble with, I believe. But, no. Creed 3 this year. Probably one of my favourite films of this year. Without a doubt. I love that film. Michael B. Jordan's...
Yeah,
I know. Michael B. Jordan's directing debut. I loved it. He made some interesting choices. Especially in that, we can talk about Creed, it's been out since the beginning of the year. Especially in that end fight. Made some very interesting choices on how the rounds went. But, I think he's gonna try something different again in the next film. And for his first film, Creed 3 was amazing. But yeah, go on. Where are you on an excitement level for Creed 4?
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think all three Creed films are pretty good. I still. Do
you know what? I'm going to get us cancelled right now.
Go on.
I think Creed's better than Rocky.
Creed 2 was probably the weaker one. It was a good film, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to shit on it. And I like what Creed 3 does. It kind of bleeds from that. It kind of...
The thing I love the most about Creed 3 is he stands on his own. He doesn't need Rocky there. you know, you don't. It's not even mentioned, and you don't miss him.
Yeah. He really like he's carrying his own film, and it's
Yeah.
like it's so I'm excited because I love Creed 3, I love Creed 1, I really like Creed 2. But yeah, Creed 4, man, and it's obviously he's directing again. Yeah, we're in for a good time at the cinema.
And that's it. It's if we'd had three, not if we'd had Creed 1, amazing, Creed 2, takes a step down in quality. Creed 3 takes a bigger step down in quality. Then Creed 4, news would be like, But the fact that we had Creed 1, which is amazing, directed by Ryan Coogler, director of Black Panther. We had Creed 2, which I wouldn't say was a step down in quality. I'd say the quality was there, but I don't think it was as good as the first one. And then Creed 3. I think 3 might be my favourite out of the bunch.
I need to watch it again, but yeah, I might say the same. I'm just like between 1 and 3 at the moment, so I'm just
Yeah.
like I can't decide which I like more. I think both films. Well, I think Creed 1 and Creed 3, them two together, they're very different. So it's hard to kind of compare them. I know it's a sequel, but
Yeah.
they are very different film. Well, it's about boxing, but the way the movie is
Boxing,
presented, you know.
not an art form. It's more of a sartorial elegance. Just Chris Eubank that. Boxing. He's saying it when he's on I'm a Celebrity, and he's walking backwards down the. He's like, I've developed the art of being able to walk backwards, and he's like walking down the thing, and he keeps tripping up.
You see the one where it's like, I'll have a 3D. I remember it being captioned as like, just remember, folks, this is the hardest man in Britain. I think I'll have a sweater.
No,
Oh dear.
boxing. That's not an art form. It's more of a sartorial elegance.
All right, stop taking the piss, otherwise we will get cancelled. But
No, everyone takes the piss out of Chris
all
Eubank.
right, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll wait.
I'm a deputy.
Uh,
I'm just laughing at my own jokes.
yeah, it's something wrong with you,
This
mate.
is the part of the show where it devolves, and we're like, yep, that's it.
Uh,
Yeah. In your best Chris Eubank impression, what should people do to the channel right now?
well, I think you should subscribe and like the video and comment your opinion.
Oh, I'm coughing so much because I will.
You sounded so fucked then.
I think I should like and subscribe.
So sick. Oh, fucking hell.
But yeah, Creed 4. Super excited for it. I do love a good fighting film. You know, Warrior, if you haven't seen that, that's amazing. Obviously there's the original Rocky films.
Southpaw's pretty good as well, and you've got
Yeah, it is pretty good. It didn't end up being the film I wanted it to be, but it was still pretty good. Jake Gyllenhaal yoked in that.
Roadhouse as well. Jake Gyllenhaal's in another fighting film.
Yeah, coming out next year.
Yeah, coming out.
I don't think that's going to be a fighting film though.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
you gotta work your way to the belt, man. But yeah, I think that'll do us for today. Kyle, anything you want to add?
I was gonna do another impression, but I thought I'm too tired. It's Black Friday.
Do you want a Twitter?
We don't know if we're doing our show on Friday, but we might do a show Thursday. We're definitely doing something Wednesday. We're filming all night, sweetie. Oh, I'm gonna kill Callum.
Need to
It's
reset
alright.
myself.
Callum, breathe.
Oh, shit, son.
Flash straight out of your system.
I shall take water and honey.
Don't forget the lime. Very sweet, but it's nice.
Boxing. We just, if you've managed to get to the end of our videos and just watch
We
what
always
goes, we can't help it. We can't.
It's just too funny.
Which, you know, we got a comment the other day actually saying someone subscribed because they thought we were funny, and that means everything to me and Kyle. You know, we want to put the news out there, we want to talk about what we like, but I think the thing we care about the most is, you know,
We're just so funny.
because me and Kyle are so used to us two just being funny to each other. That's how it usually is. So.
Yeah, we might do like a little a montage at the end of the year of just all like the funny moments compilation.
It'll either be you farting or just the end of videos.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
But yeah, right. I think that'll do us for today. This has been Movies and Beyond. Like, subscribe, share the video, show us to your mother. Let us know we're woke down below. And also, this weekend, Kyle, this weekend, I think we need to finally get the Movies and Beyond TikTok going.
Oh God.
Because, like you said, there's so much we can just cut out of this.
Yeah.
And just be idiots. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, we're an hour and 10 minutes into the video nearly. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you all later. And Kyle's mum's a whore.